Welcome to another edition of the Real Estate Cam with Inman. My name is Frank Yosen, and you can also follow me on blog.franklyrealty.com or on Twitter @franklyrealty. And make sure to retweet this if you'd like to spread the word about spam. I detest spam. It's one of my hot buttons. I hate spam. I even had a few friends who had startup companies and they wanted to spam, and I said, I won't even work with you if you have anything to do with spam. Spam is unsolicited mass email, and I love when people will send spam, particularly realtor spam, realtor to realtor spam, or like lender to realtor spam, and they say, oh, it's not spam because I thought you might be interested. What, like the porn spam that I get doesn't doesn't think that I might be interested? That doesn't make it not spam. Sorry, I get riled up about spam. And for those that say, oh, just delete it, let me explain. The just delete it does not work. That is not a solution. What happens with just deleted is I still get annoyed by the email going to my cell phone, so I get alerted in the middle of a closing that I need to get a certain loan locked in. No, I don't want that. I have the right to have a clean inbox. And then separately, because of the mass amounts of spam, something like 50% of all email is spam, if not more like 70 or 80%, that the ISPs like AOL and stuff, they've got to make stronger spam protection mechanisms. But then what happens is legitimate emails then go to the spam folder. So once with Frankly MLS, we had 5,000 emails get flagged as being spam, even though each one of the subscribers asked for those email addresses. We weren't able to send out email because it was considered spam, because they had to make the system more strict for bad spammers. And why does a realtor who has the home, they've never listed a home, they have their first listing, they're like, great, I'm going to spam all 10,000 realtors in the association and let them know about my listing. Like, they're this brilliant person that just discovered mass email, and hell, why not? I'm supposed to do whatever's in the best interest of my client, right? No. There's this new invention called the MLS, and what the MLS does is it sends you stuff if you put in the criteria. So you don't need to get 10,000 emails from different realtors touting their stuff. And the realtors that buy these $100 or $50 email lists of 20,000 realtors that say that they wanted to be spammed by this stuff, it's not true. It's lies. There are these things called spiders, which will crawl the internet and grab email addresses. And the main culprit for all this stuff, or big culprit, are the MLSs. The MLSs will post your email address, either allow them to be posted on websites so that it can be cultivated. So a lender comes into a new MLS home search and goes, oh wow, great, look at all these email addresses. Let's just grab them all and send them an email about our great rates. And if they don't like it, they'll just delete it, right? Or remove. No, never remove yourself from a spammer, because sometimes those remove buttons actually go back into the system and verify that you are a legitimate user, and then they can sell your email address for more money. So don't unsubscribe unless you are certain that that email address is that service is legitimate. Which, how can it be legitimate if it's coming from a spam? So I don't unsubscribe ever. The other things I do is I go after the ISP that sent out the email. Whenever there's a company at the bottom that says vertical marketing or something like that, you contact them directly and tell them that you got spammed. That is what will get the emails people shut down. So with the MLS is what I recommend. You don't know that the email is coming from there because you have one email address or a couple of email addresses. What I do is I set up a trap, basically, which is, because I was being told from the MLSs that oh, the spam isn't coming from our network. Okay, great. So then I set up an email address saying, this email address is a spam trap for company XYZ at, and then I put my domain name, and then have that forwarded to my regular email address. So when I get spam that says spam from this company, and then I show it to them, they'll be like, oh, sorry, there must have been a hiccup. And then a week later, when I get another one, and another one. So then, also with that system, what it allows me to do is change my email address every 6 months or 1 year. Not the email address I use every day, but just the email address that I show online. So I might make it website at, or info at, or business at, or something like that, doing slight changes so that I can kill off the old addresses as they start getting added to spam databases. Also on your website, using a web form is much better, because then you don't have an actual email address that these spam crawlers can come around and cultivate. So another thing is you can put a graphic. You can put your email address as a graphic so that these spam programs can't come around and highlight, but you can't click on that graphic, otherwise it will be readily available to these spam filters. Unless you use special software, then it gets more complicated. But the bottom line is you got to be sensitive with where your email address gets posted. Set some traps. Make sure your MLS isn't just leaking them, because the lenders, and not only lenders but other realtors in your association, just love when there's a 1,000 email address database that they can just press, send one button to send it out. Another thing to do is, if you're considering a company, which you shouldn't be, but you're still considering a company because you think they might be legitimate, what you do is you do a search on Google for that company name with the word sucks after it. So and so marketing company sucks.com, or not sucks.com, but so and so marketing company, and then the word suck. Because what I do is, whenever I get a spam, not always, but I will create a separate blog post and a hidden blog that doesn't affect my viewership. It's through ActiveRain. You can create a group that I created called Google Juice, and just allows you to post things there without bothering your regular clientele. But it gets high on Google, so when people search for these company names, it comes up first as this company is a spammer, and it works. I had this one spammer, which this lady, another realtor in the area, paid $400 to be on this guy's email marketing list, and then she did a search for his name, and lo and behold, my site came up first, saying this guy is a spammer. Do not believe it. He does not have, I don't know, 20,000, 50,000, whatever. He fell for one of my email traps. He cultivated my email address. This is not a legitimate spam list, and the guy's basically robbing from you. And sure enough, she got on, tried to get a refund, and it was not easy, but she had to get the FBI involved and stuff like that, but ultimately did get a refund. And there's just, I just actually despise spam. I have the right to a clean inbox. What about you guys? Do you guys care about spam, or do you just delete it, or do you see spam going to your legitimate email going to your spam folder, which might limit business or hinder business? And what do you consider spam? I consider spam a mass email sent to more than 10 people. I think if it's a well-crafted email that is just to a targeted 10 people, then that's fine. But once you get 20, 30 people, even if you put hi Joe, doesn't count. It's spam. And if you want to make sure your emails don't look like spam, also keep in mind your subject line and how you present yourself in your email. Put something that says, hey, I read your blog post about XYZ and I specifically wanted you to talk to you about XYZ. That's fine. It's a specific, reaching out to something specific that the author wrote. That's fine. But this, cut and paste and let's just spam every realtor about my new product of, paintings of the homes as realtor gifts. No, that's spam. So let me know what you think. Add comments on the Inman page, and make sure to retweet this and spread the word on why you should not spam, and hopefully we can keep our inboxes clean and get those MLSs to clean up their act too.